welcome in. It's Wednesday, hump day. Never really liked that term, but it's hump day. This is Texas Beef House. This cow is a hump, see, right there. And it's also delicious because it's fresh, farm-raised Wagyu beef, the best that you can get at Texas Beef House and bitonbeef.com. Use our promo code 365sports. Big 12 thoughts. A lot of strange things going on in this league, as they are wont to do. Number 5, what is going on at UCF? Now, I talked about them on Monday a little bit, about maybe some of their on-field stuff going on, like why can't they put it together and beat some of these teams, but this is more of the off-field stuff. They've had several players, I think 6 at this point, have used their redshirt year and going into the portal. I just don't know how great that is for team chemistry or what it says about the team going forward if you've got guys that are constantly doing that, some of whom were playing and playing a lot. So this isn't like guys who were, redshirt freshmen that still hadn't seen the field, just deciding, yes, I got to go somewhere else. There's too many people in front of me and I'm blocked. These are guys who are already playing and have decided to sit down for the rest of the year. A couple of them, this will be their second or third transfer. So you kind of see where that kind of goes as well. When you get into the multi-time transfers, sometimes people are just never happy wherever they are. But Gus Malzahn's got to get kind of a handle on this because from the outside looking in, it looks like he's got a problem whether he does or not. But he does have to kind of get a handle on this. And plus, when you've got starters or regular contributors jumping into the portal, I mean, one of the guys scored a touchdown against Colorado for crying out loud. He's playing. But he's going into the portal after 4 games. Very strange situation right now at UCF. Kind of surprised that they've hit the skids the last couple weeks like they have. Number 4, why can't Mike Gundy find a quarterback? This goes back to, look, they got to the Big 12 championship game with Alan Bowman. But they're now in the situation where they have 3 losses, due in large part to the fact that Alan Bowman is not going to get any better. He's going to be what he is. And they've had some other regressions in other spots, and not having a B-plus quarterback at least is hurting them. Garrett Rangel's been there for a few years. He's not been developed very well. Why can't Mike Gundy, who used to be really good at this, let's not forget, this is a guy, this isn't Les Miles disease here, where you could find the other 22 positions but not a quarterback. He could find quarterbacks, but all of a sudden, he can't. Now, does it mean that Oklahoma State's not willing to pay a premium in the portal or pay a premium in recruiting? Maybe not. Maybe that's the case. But he said that they're not unwilling to do that. It's just they are limited in their funds. So I'm just curious as to why a guy who was a QB guru for so long, like Mike Gundy, has hit the wall recently in developing that position. Since that last year of Spencer Sanders on, it's just been wonky, and it's so strange. Number 3, can Iowa State keep this up? I'm going to say yes. I think this is a team that's probably destined for Arlington at the end of the year because they're really good on defense, they're really good on offense, and they play beamer ball on special teams where they block kicks and make things happen. This is, I keep saying it, the most Matt Campbell team that Matt Campbell can ever Matt Campbell. It is just ridiculous. They were playing uneven and sloppy against Baylor a little bit by their standards. And then as soon as they saw the opportunity that Baylor was a little bit weakened, they took it, they hit the pedal to the floor, and they walloped them in a game that was really close for a long time, but eventually just turned into an Iowa State domination in the second half and the fourth quarter. So yeah, if they keep that up, which is what they've been, a second half team all year long, and a first half team that doesn't let it get out of their hands when it's close, they can. I think they can, but that's a big question facing the Big 12 as we move forward. Number 2, how did this happen at Kansas? So many guys coming back, Jalen Daniels healthy, and he's been healthy every game, and here they're sitting at 1-5. They've got to go 5-1 on the way out to make a bowl game. Their best scenario is something that now they consider their baseline under Lance Leipold. So how did this happen? It's not just Jeff Grimes. It's a little bit Jalen Daniels in that he's regressed, which is shocking because of how elite he was and what kind of a gamer he was. But how does this happen under a program with Lance Leipold, who's pretty much had things on lock since he arrived in Lawrence? Is it their travel schedule? Is it the fact they're not playing home games? What is all feeding into this? But those questions right now I can't answer. But this is, to me, the biggest shocker, that this team isn't at least 4-2 right now and sitting okay as it comes to, being in the game for the Big 12 championship. But right now, kick some dirt on this season, it's over. They have one more loss to retain their bowl eligibility, 2 more losses, which is very likely, and this team is not going to a bowl after high expectations this year at Kansas. And this is me scratching my head because I am just confused. And number 1, does TCU still have a culture problem? Sonny Dykes told us this on a couple different occasions we've had him on the show, of last year they had a culture problem that he really took painstaking effort to fix. But here they are. They're not playing well. They're kind of all over the map. They took another tough loss this last week. So what's going on at TCU? Why is this happening? Is it talent? Is it scheme? Is it culture? I don't think it's talent. I think it might be a little bit of the scheme might have been figured out. They're not very good at running the ball. Defensively, they still have some adjustments to make, but they just brought in Andy Avalo, so that always takes some time, and you need to add some talent to that. But I wonder if the culture problems still exist and there's still rifts there that they haven't quite healed from a year ago, or confidence problems that they haven't quite healed from a year ago. They have a really good quarterback in Josh Hoover, although he didn't have his best day on Saturday, but still really good. Most teams would love to have a guy as talented as Hoover, but something else is going on there. You get reports of, former players being on the sideline, being asked to leave when nothing else is, really going on. It's just everybody's kind of on edge in Fort Worth right now. So this is something they just need to look at down the line. Do they still have those fissures in their program that need to be healed in different ways, not just by winning? That's going to do it for the top 5. It's time to go bye-bye. See ya.